All right, so we don't have a new test for today, but what I do have is this bit of news that came out yesterday from Runway of a new performance capture tool that they are releasing called Act 1. And so I started to read through it. I watched a couple of the videos, and I thought, why don't I just record this and we'll go through it, read through it, and then talk a little bit about what I think. And so, yeah, let's get into it. It says, at Runway, our mission is to build expressive and controllable tools for artists that can open new avenues for creative expression. Today, we're excited to release Act 1, a new state of the art tool for generating expressive character performances inside Gen 3 Alpha. Act 1 can create compelling animations using video and voice performances as inputs. It represents a significant step forward in using generative models for expressive live action and animated content. So we'll check out these videos. I've seen these three already, but go ahead and play them so you can check them out. So here we go.
Am
I looking here?
Straight up and do a little bit.
What? You're gonna fire me because there's hot milk everywhere on the floor of the coffee shop? I mean, it's one latte. It's not that big of a deal.
Everything's fine. Everything's totally great. This is gonna be the best day ever.
Smashed my phone the
I think
other
the
night.
eyes are very
And
good.
you know how much I love that phone.
Okay, all right. Just breathe. Okay, maybe you don't breathe that hard. Who knew there were so many kinds of beans to choose from? Fava, black, kidney, butter, white beans.
Get the eyes.
Now you're surprised.
Oh, wow.
I'm beginning to think that you don't understand the gravity of this situation.
You came all the way down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and didn't bring your driver's license?
Settle down. Everyone, settle down, please.
That's
I don't know how to be sad without closing my eyes. Perfect. We got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is it.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, so I think that gave a pretty good overview of what it is, motion capture. I think we have probably seen things similar to that before, but definitely creates some expressive characters. So we'll keep on moving through here. Let's see what this one is.
Who knew there were so many kinds of beans to choose from? Fava, black, kidney, butter, white beans.
Again, the eyes are
I don't know
definitely,
what this soup calls for.
I think,
Maybe we
key
should just
too
cut
in
them off.
selling a
Then
performance.
again, that's a lot of beans. I don't even know if I could carry this many beans.
I'm really sorry I called your dog Steve. I know that's not his name, but that's just what he looks like. I'm sorry. Hey, look, I'm really sorry I called your dog Steve. I know that's not his name, but that's just what he looks like.
You know, I think for an animated character, that's pretty good. That, you know, it's very expressive. I think that works. That could work perfectly for a little animated thing. Now, the key is how far can you use this? You know, when I'm looking at these, they seem to be animating still images. So we're looking at maybe generated images, text to image, image to image, however you do that. And it seems to be animating the character using the video, which other platforms have done before. And so I think the key thing with this is, and maybe they'll talk about it as we move on, but how can it potentially be implemented into a video to video pipeline? Because that would be really cool. So, but let's keep on seeing what else they have. Capturing the essence of a performance. Traditional pipelines for facial animation often involve complex, multi-step workflows. These can include motion capture equipment, multiple footage references, manual face rigging, among other techniques. The goal is to transpose an actor's performance into a 3D model suitable for an animation pipeline. The key challenge with traditional approaches lies in preserving emotion and nuance from reference footage into the digital character. our approach uses a completely different pipeline, driven directly and only by performance of an actor and requiring no extra equipment. You might have heard my cat in the background, so it was kind of distracting me when I was reading that. But we're looking at everybody's different performances here. Actor performances captured with a simple single camera setup that can be used to animate generated characters. So we have animation, motion capture, mocap. Act 1 can be applied to a wide variety of reference images. The model preserves realistic facial expressions and accurately translates performances into characters with proportions different from the original source video. The versatility opens up new possibilities for inventive character design and animation. Let's take a look.
So let me get this straight. You came all the way down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and didn't bring your driver's license? Do I understand that correctly? You're going to have to go in the separate line for processing. So let me get this straight.
Other than this is the mouth. I mean,
you can't.
I get that maybe this is supposed to be like a mustache, but I'm pretty sure this is the mouth. If you ignore that part of it, the performance capture is pretty good.
So let me get this straight. You came all the way down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and didn't bring your driver's license? Do I understand that correctly? You're going to have to go in the separate line for...
Yeah, it looks pretty good. A simple at-home camera setup captures an actor's driving performance to animate a generated character with added voice alteration. All right, so moving on down here, we've got another example of the performance driving some animation, some animated characters here. And I think it really works well with this kind of Pixar-ish style. I think the expressions translate pretty well. So the next section we have here is live action. The model also excels in producing cinematic and realistic outputs and is remarkably robust across camera angles while maintaining high-fidelity face animations. This capability allows creators to develop believable characters that deliver genuine emotion and expression, enhancing the viewer's connection to the content. They give us two examples here.
Fire and the dark and crowds and big places and small places and just a few things. I'm not afraid of anything except for heights and fire and the dark and crowds and big places and small places and just a few things.
I think this center one works probably the best with it. This lady over here is pretty good too. I think this is a little plastic but just looking at visually, they all translate really well. So let's check this one out.
I went to this exhibition yesterday. They call this art. I went to this exhibition yesterday. They call this art.
Yeah, it's not bad, actually. So let's keep going. New creative avenues. We've been exploring how Act 1 can allow the generation of multi-turn expressive dialogue scenes, which were previously challenging to create with generative video models. You can now create narrative content using nothing more than a consumer-grade camera and one actor reading and performing different characters from a script. Let's check this out because it's very interesting.
Been waiting long enough. I think it's time to decide. You really think you can just walk away from all this?
I have to. There's no other choice.
There's always a choice. You just don't like the alternatives.
What would you have me do? Stay? Just watch it all crumble around me?
It's what you signed up for. It's what we all signed up for.
I signed up to make a difference. I'm not just trying to be a cog in the machine.
You think leaving will solve anything?
It's a start.
there's always a choice.
You just don't like the alternatives.
What would you have me do? Stay?
Just watch it all crumble around me?
All right, so they were showing how you can have one actor driving multiple performances. Obviously, they use some AI voice changing in there as well. And here at the bottom, what we have is safety. It says, as with all our releases, we're committed to responsible development and deployment. We're releasing this new tool with a comprehensive suite of content moderation and safety precautions, including even more robust capabilities to detect and block attempts to generate content containing public figures, technical measures to verify that an end user has the right to use the voice that they create using custom voices, and continuous monitoring to detect and mitigate other potential issues of our tools and platform. We've got their foundations. Looking ahead, we're excited to see what forms of creative storytelling Act 1 brings to animation and character performance. Act 1 is another step forward in our goal to bring previously sophisticated techniques to a broader range of creators and artists. We look forward to seeing how artists and storytellers use Act 1 to bring their visions to life in a new and exciting ways. And it says it will be rolling out soon. Okay, so I think it's a very interesting tool. I think that it's not a first of its kind. I've seen other things like this. You can go into Unreal Engine and they have apps that you can link to that will do facial mocap with your meta-humans and things like that. I feel like with this, it still kind of felt like animating a still photo. And I know I've said that already, but that's sort of how it feels, as opposed to one of the reasons that I started making these videos so much on video to video AI, because I thought it was such a leap forward. Because when you look at these characters moving, it's really just kind of their heads moving. Now, they give the body a little bit of sway motion, but you don't get like any kind of small arm movement. You don't get any tiny performance ticks or enhancements by how humans naturally move their entire bodies when they talk and move and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if it only picks up face. It seems like reading through this, it's only a facial motion capture, which, look, when you talk about how it does with animated characters, I think it's great. I think that this is where it shines. And what I hope is that something like this can be implemented into their video to video pipeline, because as I've said before, you have your structure setting that is just sort of all encompassing, and that needs to be balanced out more with how you handle your character versus your environment. And hopefully something like this tool can somehow be implemented into that video to video pipeline so that we can save these performances while we're cranking up the structure setting to get that higher quality environment, and along with that, a high performance of your talent. But yeah, I think it's cool. Again, it's not anything that I don't think we've seen before, and but it's definitely kind of moving in that right direction of utilizing humans to still drive the performance. And I think that if this technology, as AI, as it gets farther and more advanced, can still be able to utilize humans to be the driving force behind it ultimately. Again, that's why I love video to video so much, because the human performance is the entire driving factor. The AI is only overlaying, an image over the top of it. And this is you got a human driving the emotional facial characteristics, but it would be nice to somehow figure out how to incorporate this whole thing into it. So yeah, that is Act 1 from Runway, and just thought it was an interesting thing. Wanted to go over something a little different than the tests. We'll get back to those tests though. But what do you think? Have you used anything like this? I know it exists similar, but I'm not exactly sure which platforms have it. So if you've used something like this already, let me know in the comments. If you think there's anything that just blows this out of the water, let me know. If there's anything out there that does this plus the video-to-video stuff that I've been talking about, especially let me know, because, you know, I'm not just tied to Runway. It's just that at the moment, I think that they're the only ones doing video-to-video, but I'm pretty sure soon others will branch out from there, but I think right now they're the only ones. But hey, if I'm wrong, please let me know so I can check them out, and let me know if you've looked into Act 1 and what you think. So that's the end of the video.